Hi, I'm Sam,
I'm Seunghwan.
and here's how to implement legal policies for gifted learners in your classroom. What is a gifted learner? According to the National Association for Gifted Children, the term gifted applies to students, children, or youth who give evidence of high achievement capability in areas such as intellectual, creative, artistic, or leadership capacity, or in specific academic fields, and who need services and activities not ordinarily provided by the school in order to fully develop those capabilities. Indiana code describes a high ability student as meaning a student who performs at or shows the potential for performing at an outstanding level of accomplishment in at least one domain when compared to other students of the same age, experience, or environment, and is characterized by exceptional gifts, talents, motivation, or interests.
So, national policy regarding education for gifted students. Jacob Javits Gifted and Talented Students Education Act enabled the Secretary of Education to make grants or contracts for programs or projects designed to meet the educational needs of gifted and talented children and youth, including the training of teachers or their supervisors. The Javits program focuses on identifying and providing support for gifted students from underrepresented backgrounds, such as minority students, emergent bilingual students, or children with disabilities. This program serves as a reminder to all teachers that anyone can be a gifted student regardless of their background.
Here's the Indiana state policy on gifted students. Indiana state policy regarding gifted students is more thorough than any national policies or code. Key guidelines schools must follow to have programs which qualify as high ability include to have a broad-based planning committee to design and monitor the services implemented, identify all students K through 12 who qualify as a gifted student in accordance with the aforementioned Indiana state definition of a gifted student, and provide appropriately differentiated curriculum and instruction to identified students in the relevant core content areas.
So here's what we can do to implement such policies into the classroom. So at first, it can seem pretty daunting to keep all of this in mind when planning the implementation and execution of the Gifted Students Program with your administration. Luckily, we have a few tips to make it a little less confusing.
Forming a committee. Form partnerships with people who care about their gifted students just as much as you do. A team only works properly when everyone is all in. Diversify who's part of the committee. Not just fellow teachers should be on board. Get administrators and even parents to be a part of this to get a variety of different inputs. And meet regularly to make sure everything is on track. Monthly or even semi-monthly meetings are necessary to ensure that the original mission of the program is being upheld.
Also, to identify gifted students, giftedness in students can manifest in many different ways. Of course, high grades and test scores are often an indicator of giftedness, but many gifted students struggle in standard classrooms too. Because of this, you cannot count anyone out until you check these qualities as well.
Here's some qualities of gifted students. Many gifted students are interested in things that their peers may not be interested in. Vivid imaginations and intense niche interests are one of the hallmarks of gifted students. They often have strong senses of humor, as well as strong emotional depth and understanding from an early age.
So, how data can help you? Data collection is a key component of many meaningful endeavors, including identifying gifted students. Collecting and scrubbing through data can be tedious, which is why it can be so important to have a committee that works well together. While it may be harder to collect data on how funny a student may be, data on students' performance can in the classroom is much easier to parse. Additionally, data can help you ensure that your gifted program appropriately represents all of the demographics in your school.
Provide differentiated curriculum and instruction. Talk about tiered curriculum. Curriculum tiered by students' readiness to the material, tiered on content or product. For example, you can create your own math problems. And student-focused differentiation. Provide opportunities to do harder problems to motivate students of all achievement levels. High-order thinking skills and real-life application. Develop a supportive environment so students can take risk. And assess student interests to provide complexity based on student questions and interests. Thank
Thank
you
you.
for watching.